Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, up and down I-5 and east of the Cascades, we don't have a whole lot of wind right now, but we do have some wind along the Oregon coast. One particular thing that's kind of interesting is the wind now has switched directions over in Brookings out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour, but out of the northwest at 14 miles an hour over in Gold Beach. So your temperature right now in Brookings is 80 degrees. That's actually 8 or 9 degrees cooler than it was this time yesterday. It's 73 in Gold Beach, 79 for both Grants Pass and Medford. 86 is down towards Montague and Mount Shasta City, and generally 75 to 80 degrees east of the Cascades. So the high pressure that's been getting closer and closer is still getting closer and closer, but eventually this will be right over us over this weekend, and that's when we're going to be looking at the hottest temperatures. Now, earlier throughout today, we've had some pretty good wind gusts out of the northeast over in Brookings and Gold Beach, between about 25 to 36 miles an hour for, again, earlier this morning. Now, the National Weather Service does have a couple expansions in terms of heat advisory, now covering all of east of the Cascades, the Klamath Basin, and pretty much all of southeastern Siskiyou County at this time, and a brand new one, which is also a heat advisory issued just like an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, for western Curry County until 10 o'clock tonight. They're expecting temperatures 95 to 100 degrees. So a forecast for the 4th of July, of course, what we're going to be looking at is pretty warm temperatures. Still have 100 degrees for Brookings. Yesterday you made 99 degrees, so very hot temperatures no matter how you look at it. 106 for the Rogue Valley and about 96 for the Klamath Basin. 104 is what we're looking for Grants Pass, 92 out in Lakeview, and 104 in Wairika. 100 degrees still over in Mount Shasta City, but you're going to have some smoke still throughout the region for later on this evening and tomorrow as well. 4th of July for our neck of the woods, what we're going to be looking at is, again, just very hot for today. It's going to be a high heat risk day. Extreme fire danger just because of the hot temperatures. We haven't had significant wetting rain in about 2 months. And although we're not looking at strong winds, just again, keep that in mind. Now, dusk, we get close to sunset. Temperatures still going to be around 90 degrees. So still a high fire danger even at dusk. Now, once we get closer to, like, say, 10 o'clock, we'll be looking at temperatures into the 70s east of the Cascades over towards Klamath Falls, Lake of the Woods for firework displays, and generally mid 80s roughly for Central Point and Grants Pass, and down towards Mount Shasta City, generally into the mid 70s and 60s along the Oregon coast. For tonight, overall, temperatures finally will cool off for Brookings. We're getting close to 60 degrees for tonight. Generally low to mid 60s for the Rogue and Shasta Valleys for tonight, so warmer temperatures overall. And east of the Cascades generally looking at upper 50s. So here's your forecast for the Oregon coast. Again, it's going to be pretty hot today along the Oregon coast and towards Brookings. The rest of the region should make it just into the 80 to 85 degree range, but it cools off though over the next several days. Not super cold, but definitely closer towards average. For Northern California, you're not going to cool off at all. You're going to be generally between about 105 and 110 degrees for the next several days. Only some slight cooling, as you can see, towards Tuesday and into Wednesday, and that's not hardly much cooling at all. Klamath Basin, 96 for today, and generally 100 to 105 from Friday all the way through Wednesday. Overnight lows very close to 60 degrees, so even still a bit uncomfortable at night. For the Cascades, even up at 5,000 feet, still looking at about 90 to 95 degrees beginning tomorrow. Get close to that today. And overnight lows also still around 60 degrees. So again, very, very warm conditions, even way up in elevation. And for the Rogue Valley, again, we're going to probably break a record today, tomorrow, and all the way through Tuesday. You can see those temperatures peak on Saturday, and then eventually we get a little bit of some relief by Wednesday, but it's still awfully hot.